Hi guys, this is George back here with another vlog, and today I'm here at Universal Orlando Resort and we're starting the day in Islands of Adventure, heading over to Jurassic World Velocicoaster. This new coaster opened in 2021. It's an intimate multi-launch coaster and it has been very highly regarded. One of my biggest bucket list coasters, and I'm so excited to get on it today. So we're heading over there now. There are supposed to be storms later, so we've not got too long until the storm's coming in, but it's currently advertised as a 50-minute queue. I don't really care how long I'm waiting for it, as long as it doesn't go down. I'm so excited to get on this ride. I've heard so many great reviews about it. It's supposedly one of the world's best roller coasters, so let's head over and go see what it's like. Here we go then, we're walking into Jurassic Park and here's a look at Velocicoaster. Absolutely incredible looking ride. I'm so excited to get on here. It looks like a long ride. It's got 4 inversions on here. Of course, you've got that big top hat over there as well. And that inversion over there, the Mosasaurus roll, I've heard so much about. Apparently it's one of the best inversions on a coaster. Here we go, this is it. Velocicoaster, intimate multi-launch coaster, 2021. It's only a couple years old. And this was actually under construction last time I was here. Not a lot was going on back then in 2019. And it's very different now. Here we go, here's the entrance to it right here. Let's go and get on Velocicoaster. Unfortunately, I can't take you on ride here at Universal. However, I'll put some off-ride footage in, and as well as my review. So I've just had my first ever ride there on Jurassic World Velocicoaster, and that was absolutely incredible. So this coaster is very, very highly regarded. So I was going in with very high expectations and it met those expectations. It didn't exceed my expectations, however, it didn't disappoint either. It was exactly what I wanted from that. It's definitely one of the best roller coasters in Florida. Between that and Mako, I'd say. However, I need another ride on it to see if it is better than Mako or not. I do want to put it above Mako, but I feel like it's not really something you can judge after one ride, especially when it's a big coaster like this. There's definitely a top 10, possibly even a top 5 roller coaster. So I definitely want another ride on it, but it's absolutely incredible. So smooth, the inversions on there are great, some great hang time, air time. It's a long ride, and that final inversion of the lake really whips you flying. It feels like you're going to go flying into the lake. It's absolutely incredible. The first launch was quite weak, however the second launch was quite intense actually. So yeah, overall it's a fantastic roller coaster, everything I wanted from it. And it's definitely the best ride here at Universal Orlando. So I just rode Hagrid's Magical Creatures motorbike adventure, and it was very lucky because we were on one of the last trains before they announced it was closing due to weather. As you can see, the storm is now coming in. We literally just about got on it, so that was fantastic. It's a really great roller coaster, a lot better than I remember. I was here opening year for it and I rode it when it was about a month old. I tell you what, it was absolutely fantastic to get back on that. A lot more intense than I remember. The launches are great, 7 launches on there. Of course, you've got a drop track, a spike on there, there's a backward section. It's an amazing ride, really, really enjoyed it. A lot more intense. Definitely a family thrill style coaster, and it's one of my favourite rides here in Orlando. So I've just had 2 rides there on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, and that is an absolutely incredible dark ride. I absolutely loved it last time. However, with the fact I waited so long in the queue, it did make me not enjoy it as much because I was a bit fed up with queuing for it for so long. I've just had 2 rides now. I didn't queue too long for either ride, and it's absolutely incredible. It's the perfect mix of screens and actual theming as well. It's a long ride. The restraints are really comfortable as well. It's an over-the-shoulder restraint because of course it's a robo-arm attraction, so it's flipping you around and you're going forwards, backwards, and then you're looking up and down and to the side. And yeah, it is a very complex ride system that I absolutely love, and not seen any others around, to be honest. So yeah, it's an incredible ride. Definitely recommend it if you've not yet done it. I'd say it's probably the second best ride here at Universal Orlando Resort after Velocicoaster, but it's very, very close between the two of them, and I am tempted to put that up top, to be honest, because it is absolutely phenomenal. It was my favourite dark ride before, and it still definitely is now. In fact, I loved it even more this time. So we're heading over to Universal Studios now because there's more indoor rides in there. Rides have shut again for weather, so they literally opened for probably about 10 minutes and now they've gone down again. So we're going to head into the other park, do some rides in there. E.T. is a ride in there that I didn't even do last time, so we'll definitely go there. And then there's a couple of indoor roller coasters there. Looking forward to getting back on Revenge of the Mummy. That was one of my favourite rides here last time, and it's had some work done to it since I was last here as well, so I'll go and see what that's like. And then we'll go into Diagon Alley and do Escape from Gringotts in there, and a couple of other dark rides as well. So apparently everything's closed for weather except Incredible Hulk is still open. So here we go. We're going to go over, do Incredible Hulk, B&M sit-down coaster. However, it's got a launch, so this is a very interesting ride. And of course it comes over the lake just here as well. It looks absolutely incredible here. Here we go. Looking forward to getting back on this. It was very smooth and very intense. So let's go. So I just had a ride there on the Incredible Hulk coaster, and that was absolutely fantastic. It is really, really intense, a lot more intense than I remembered it to be. So it's got a little bit rougher, however, it's still a very smooth ride, but it is very intense. I really, really enjoyed it. It's got some great inversions on there. The launch is really powerful. That first inversion really whips you to the side. It feels like you're going to come flying into the water. It's amazing. And of course, it's a very iconic ride as well. You can get some amazing views of it over the water. So I'm now heading back over. So I can't remember if I mentioned it or not. Before I did Incredible Hulk and I was talking about how there's a weather delay and the ride's open, I actually got in the queue for Velocicoaster. However, then it closed, so I left. This is my second time trying to get on it since my first ride this morning. So hopefully I'll be able to get on it this time. Maybe try it on the front or the back. I was kind of in the middle of the train last time, so yeah, I'll see what happens. But I'll go down the single rider queue. It's got a 70-minute queue at the moment. I did actually walk down the main queue earlier as well when I didn't get on it, and it's a beautifully themed queue, absolutely fantastic. So at least I have seen that now, and I'm going to go down the single rider one now, so hopefully I can get on it a bit quicker. So the queue for Velocicoaster is absolutely massive at the moment. It keeps constantly going up. I joined it when it said 50, then it went up to 70, then 75, now it's up on 90, and it doesn't even look like any new people are joining the queue. So I'm a bit worried about how long I'll be waiting for that. So I'll wait to do it for later, and instead I'm going to go now and do a Jurassic Park River Adventure, because that's currently advertised as a 10-minute queue, I believe, from looking at the app at least. So whether that's updated, then I should hopefully get straight on there. So I just had a ride there on Jurassic Park River Adventure, and that was really good actually. It's not the longest of boat rides out there. However, I wasn't expecting the big outdoor section. I was expecting it all to be inside this show building. There was less of dark ride section than I thought, but more outside section than I was expecting. It's really well themed as well. There's barely any screens in there. Really well themed. Loads of set pieces no matter where you look. And yeah, the big drop at the end. You get quite wet as well. I was in the third row. As you can see, I'm quite wet. However, I'm glad I'm not in the front because they got the whole wave come over and they got absolutely soaked. So yeah, I don't mind getting a bit of a sprinkle right now, but I don't really want to get soaked at the moment because it's not the warmest day we've had here in Florida. So now I'm going to try and get on pterodon flyers. So this is a coaster that is very difficult to get on because of height. So I believe it's of height, so I'm probably going to be too tall for this. However, I'm going to see if I can get on and get this credit. Looks like I'm not going to be doing pterodon flyers then, so literally I got to the entrance. It's a 45-minute queue. The lady out the front of the entrance is holding a height board, which I am clearly way over the maximum height, and some other people tried to go in, and then she's like, no, it's for kids only. So yeah, I'm definitely not going to be getting that credit, unfortunately. Okay then guys, so I'm now heading into Universal Studios, the second park here at Universal Orlando Resort. Only a couple minutes away from Islands of Adventure. As you can see just over there, you can see the Incredible Hulk, and then over here Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket just behind me there. So I'm going to head in and get on some rides. There's a few indoor rides to get on in here, including Revenge of the Mummy, which I'm very excited to get back on, an indoor roller coaster that is absolutely fantastic. So I just had a ride on Revenge of the Mummy, and that is absolutely fantastic. Definitely my favourite indoor roller coaster. So many different effects in there, so well themed, and it's a long ride as well. It's got forward sections, backward sections, there's a launch lift hill in there, and you get some quite good airtime in there as well. I forgot how intense it was. I remembered it being quite a tame roller coaster, however, it's actually quite intense. But yeah, really, really amazing to get back on that. The story is a little bit different, I believe, since I last went on there, and I believe there's been some changes in the queue as well. However, once you get on the ride, it's no different, which I'm very pleased about. I was really worried when I heard they were going to be changing parts of that, because I didn't want the ride experience to change, because I loved it the way it was, and I still love it just as much. I'm now going to go for a ride on Transformers. I wasn't too keen on this last time because I thought it was a bit screen heavy. I'm going to give it another go and see what it's like. I can't really remember it too much, other than I thought there was too many screens. In fact, I do remember getting stuck on here last time I was here. We came into the offload section, then the doors wouldn't open for a little bit, so we got a little bit stuck. So yeah, that was an amusing moment. So I literally walked straight onto Transformers there in the single rider queue. I was walking up the queue line, straight on the ride. Brilliant. I still think it's too screen heavy. I went on it last time and I said it was too screen heavy. I still think that, and it's very repetitive as well. I mean, when that would have opened, that would have been an absolute spectacle. However, rides have evolved a lot since then, and I mean, Universal have turned into more of the themed experience now. You look at something like Velocicoaster or Hagrid's, that's a themed experience, not just a screen stuck somewhere. And it's basically, you're going around. The movement of the vehicle is absolutely fantastic in there. Although it is a little bit uncomfortable, but it really throws you around the place. It is very immersive. However, it's just very repetitive. You look at a screen and it's a couple of Transformers fighting. Then you go to the next screen, a couple of Transformers fighting. Then the next screen, a couple of Transformers fighting. You get the picture. It's basically just that throughout the whole ride. Like a 4 or 5 minute ride. So yeah, it does get a bit repetitive. It's okay, but it's not one of my favourite rides. Welcome to London, everybody. I've gone back home. I'm now back in London. I've left Florida after 3 days. We've left early. We're back here in London, as you can see. Here we go. We're going to head into Diagon Alley now. This is my favourite themed area in any theme park. It is so incredibly immersive. Even though I've not really watched many Harry Potter films. In fact, I've only watched one, and it was a long time ago. But here we go. We're going to head back into Diagon Alley. I absolutely love this area, even though I don't really understand a lot of the references. But here we go. Into the area we go. Oh wow, I'll tell you what, it's a lot quieter than last time I was here. Literally, last time I was in this area, you literally could not move because there were so many people. It's actually quite quiet here today. And I'm going to head on to Escape from Gringotts. Hopefully there's a single rider queue, and hopefully in fact there is a single rider queue because I waited in it last time. So let's go and get on this indoor roller coaster. But look at this area, it is stunning. Like the buildings just go so high up and you literally can't see anything out of this area. You feel so immersed. If you were like a die-hard Harry Potter fan, you would be in your absolute element coming in here. But here we go, Escape from Gringotts. Let's go for a ride. So I was going to do Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts, however I lost my locker ticket, so therefore I needed to go back to Rip Ride Rocket and get another one. Then when I was there, I saw it was on a 60-minute queue, so I thought, you know what, I'll wait for it, because it's had a big queue all day, and that's probably the smallest queue I've seen it all day. I think it is anyway. I joined the queue, waited about half an hour, and then I got on. Absolutely brilliant. It's a good ride. It's not one of my favourite roller coasters. It's a little bit rough. Last time I found it quite smooth. I can see where people are coming from now when they say it's rough. However, it is an intense ride and you get some great airtime on there as well. It's a good ride, however, it's not one of my favourite roller coasters, and it's certainly not one of my favourite roller coasters here. I'd say probably my fourth favourite roller coaster. Velocicoaster at 1, Hagrid's number 2, and Hulk at number 3, and then Dan number 4 probably. But yeah, it's a good ride, and do be aware, with this Velocicoaster and Incredible Hulk, you have to go through metal detectors before going through to make sure you've not got your phone or anything in your pocket, so do be aware of that. You do need to get a locker, however, thankfully they are free here, unlike at SeaWorld, so that is very good, and I really like them here. You just scan it, you can get your locker ticket, you just scan it on whichever bay of lockers you want to use, then it'll open a locker, you put your stuff in there. I think it stays in there for as long as you need it to, and then you can come and collect it afterwards. You don't need to remember exactly what locker it is, you just need to remember which number zone you're in, and then you go and scan it, and then it'll automatically open the door of where you put it before. So yeah, really good, really like that system. So I had 2 rides there on Escape from Gringotts, and it's a really good coaster. It's definitely more dark ride than coaster, however there are some coaster sections, a great mix of screens and theming in there, and it's a very immersive ride. I really enjoy it, a lot going on, good story. You don't really need to have watched Harry Potter to kind of understand what's going on. Sure, there's probably bits I don't really understand, but I feel like I understand the kind of basic story of it, and yeah, overall it's a really fun ride. I literally walked straight onto it as well. The first time I walked straight on, second time waited about 5 minutes, so yeah, couldn't have asked for more really, absolutely fantastic. So I'm now going to head into Islands of Adventure. There is an hour and a half left of the park being open. I'm going to go into Islands of Adventure and just try and get as many rides as I can on Velocicoaster, so let's go. So I just had a night ride on the back row of Velocicoaster. Unfortunately, I only got to do it once because the single rider queue was closed and it was on an hour queue. But that was absolutely incredible. It's running even faster tonight than it was earlier on. It was absolutely crazy. Hang time's amazing. That Mosasaurus roll is absolutely incredible. I'm out of breath, I've just been running. Absolutely, oh my god, I don't even know what to say about it. It's the best roller coaster in Florida. I've not done Iron Gwazi yet, by the way. Excuse me. I've not done Iron Gwazi yet, however, we'll see what happens with that, but it is the best roller coaster in Florida for now, in my opinion, and it's also probably a top 3 roller coaster for me as well. I'd probably take it over Untamed at Wallaby Holland, but not quite above Shambhala. So there we go, that's Velocicoaster, and that's now the end of this vlog here. It's been an amazing day, got on loads of rides. There was a delay earlier with weather, however, that can't be helped, and I've still got on loads of rides. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at George Kelly, and follow me on Twitter at George Kelly. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, everyone, and I will see you all later. Bye.